Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to another episode with Rudy and Miguel.
Hey guys.
So, here we talk about regular people selling their houses to cash buyers like us. And what we want to do is share our experiences with some of the families we've visited. Today, we're going to talk about a serious situation. In some cases, we are able to help, and in some cases, we're not. So, this is going to be a topic that not a lot of people are. Well, I can't say that. Maybe some people are in this situation. It's about hoarding, and the families that are involved in something serious like that. So, Miguel, there's the appointment you went to not too long ago.
Yeah.
The guy called into the office. He found us online. Actually, I think he found us on a postcard that we might have sent. Anyways,
Yeah.
we got a hold of us. And when he told me that he was in a very difficult situation, he didn't know where to turn.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up making an appointment to meet him in person. And you got there.
Yeah.
What did you see when you got there?
It wasn't the best sight, lack of a better way of putting it, but things were in bad shape. When I got there, he was busy helping his mother. Mother was my mother's elderly, in her 90s, and he's pretty much babysitting his mom. And it's not everything. Things were in a dire state. I'm going to say it that way. House is in a very bad shape. I was unable to go into the house because, quite frankly, there's nowhere to sit. There's nowhere to walk. What was that?
All the stuff that's in the home.
Yeah, there's stuff everywhere.
They were blocking.
When I was able to get into the house, there literally was a small path, where you can walk from the back door into the living room and back. That's it. There was no access to the second floor, no access to the basement because of all the stuff that's in the house. So in this case, he said that his mom's a hoarder, and these are all things that belong to mom. But as I'm having a discussion with him, I come to find out that it wasn't only mom. He himself, this is also stuff that belongs to him as well.
And that's common. Well, maybe that's more common for situations where I don't want to say he was in denial, because he might not be as big of a hoarder as his mother,
right,
but those tendencies feel normal to some, but and not so normal to others. So if you're buying stuff and just I'm not a doctor. I can't talk about what the psychology of that is, but when you hear someone say that it's my mother who's a hoarder, not me, but you dig a little deeper and find out that he's also contributing to the hoard, now you need to take a different approach, right? Because now you're talking to someone who's not understanding the seriousness of the situation.
Correct. And it also doesn't help that mom is in a really bad shape as far as health wise.
Right.
He was very concerned about his mom. You know, mom has been in and out of nursing homes, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that he just didn't feel comfortable with where she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember after leaving the house, I think the very following day, mom was hospitalized. So now he's dealing with a time issue where mom doesn't know what's going to happen with mom, and he's concerned.
Was the mom the only person on the deed?
What was that?
Was the mom the only owner on the deed? Was it the only person on the deed?
Mom owns the house by herself, and the reason why he eventually reached out to us is that his mom encouraged him to do something in regards to the house, because mom doesn't have a will. Mom did nothing really to help the son in regards to being able to take over, if something were to happen to mom. Mm-hmm. So, and it was pretty much at the end of the road where, it was kind of too late to be able to get a will put together, knowing that it's a matter of time before something were to happen to mom. So there were some things that I thought about that may be able to assist him in regards to the situation. And now I'm not coming in as a buyer. I'm coming in as someone who's be able to at least give him some type of advice to help him in his current state.
Yeah. What did you suggest?
So I advised him to speak with an estate attorney. I know he's afraid that he doesn't have time to put a will together, but there are different type of legal structures that he can do with mom. And I did want to make sure that mom was coherent enough to be able to express herself in a sense that she's okay with working with an attorney and being able to help son out. And it's not as if they had, a ton of finances to be able to put a will together. Something as simple as, number one, at least starting with a power of attorney, a POA. He doesn't have a power of attorney. And I said, why don't you start there? Seek advice from an attorney where an attorney can help you. Very good idea. Yeah, because, while mom is alive, it gives you the ability to act on mom's behalf on certain items and certain things. That's number one. And then number two, I said, and again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not here to provide legal advice. I can only speak to a certain extent to say, here is where I think it's best for you to speak with an attorney. And in this case, I said, maybe there's things such as a trust, put the house in a trust, list you as a sole trustee on the property. So something were to happen, at least you have something, an ability to still stay in the property and be able to help mom out. Help yourself out after mom passes, being that mom's wishes were to help him in regards to what's going on, or doing something such as a joint tenants with rights of survivorship. And maybe there are people on that are watching this that don't know what that is, but it's when property is owned by multiple people that will automatically pass to other owners when one owner dies. So again, I didn't say that was the right choice. I just said these are some items that you may want to consider. So the good news is that he ended up consulting with an attorney, and the attorney did assist him with some type of legal structure that can help him. One with the power of attorney, which he said that was all put together, and then another legal structure to help him in case something were to happen to mom. So a lot of this has a lot to do with, okay, now I'm no longer coming here as a buyer. I'm coming, how can I help you clean up your current situation? And then at some point down the line, we can come back together and discuss like what we can do as coming in to help you with buying the house. Because going back to the main issue is the house is in bad shape. The house is not livable. The kitchen and bathrooms are not usable.
Right.
So something happens.
It's almost like the house becomes secondary, right? It's like you have to deal with the legal part of it, knowing that the mom is the only owner in the home. You suggested he become the POA of the property of his mother. Yeah. And the legal side of it is why you started to suggest an estate attorney, so that they can explain that properly to them, So all of that kind of needs to kind of fall in place on its own first, having mom in a health problem, the son being able to come to the table and be like, okay, now I know what I need to do, because Miguel suggested a few things that I'm going to do first. And then once all that's taken care of, call you back and say, I'm ready to sell the home. I have everything in place.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's one thing about us that we don't ever really push on, that you need to sell to us, that it's your only option. We look at all the options with you. We make sure that you're a good fit for us and that we're a good fit for you. So it's a mutual thing. I know that we do make money off of buying homes, and we sell homes. So it is a business. Yeah. But it needs to make sense and this is one of the biggest reasons why we do this, because we love to help. And Miguel, thank you for going out there. He was very upset that he didn't know what to do. And I couldn't really give him too much information because I didn't know his situation. Yeah. You went there and you took everything in, and you're like, okay, this is what the first step. This is what you need to do first.
Yeah. Yeah, and I absolutely enjoyed at least getting the chance to know his situation, get to know him and mom. He shared a lot about mom's background, and you know, for someone who's in her 90s and to live this long and still here with us till
Yeah.
today, it means a lot, specifically for her son who's been there through thick and thin, because it was always just the two of them. So
He's
yeah,
doing it alone.
it was absolute pleasure getting the chance to meet him and at least providing some type of advice where he was able to utilize that and do something with it. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is a business where we have the opportunity and privilege to get to know people's situations, where they stand in life, and all we can really do is provide some type of solution to assist them with whatever that is that they're going through. And if that comes
Mm-hmm.
about where we buy a house and we're able to make an offer to help alleviate what people are going through,
Yeah.
I say it's a win-win for both parties, right? So it was an absolute pleasure
Right.
meeting with you.
Yeah. If anyone out there is looking for something that's going to be quick, it's going to be easy to sell, it's going to be easy for you, makes life a little bit easier, give us a call. We know everyone has different situations, and that's why we're making these videos, so that we maybe touch on a situation that's near to you. And if this could help somebody, then we would be happy to work with you. And please give us a call. We would like to give you information about what we do. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Look forward to meeting you all.
Bye.